Sir, good evening, sir. May I start, sir? Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Good evening to one and all. A warm welcome to 37th International Workshop on top tips for writing your research paper. International Workshop Series, a series of 100 programs every Friday, 5 to 7 p.m. Research and publication for happiness and development. Azadi ka Amrit Mahotsav. 37th International Workshop on top tips for writing your research paper, jointly organized by Internal Quality Assurance Cell IQAC, Northeastern Hill University, Shillong, Meghalaya, and Indian Society for Training and Development, ISTD, Shillong Chapter, Shillong, Meghalaya, and in collaboration with the Department of Philosophy and IQAC, MORAN College affiliated to Dibrugarh University, MORANHAT, ASSAM, and Department of Philosophy, Sri VENKATESWARA University, TIRUPATI, Andhra Pradesh. A warm welcome to today's keynote speaker, my guru, professor and collaborator, Professor P. Chennaiah sir, Honorable Vice Chancellor, Northeastern Hill University, Professor Prabhasankar Shukla sir, Honorable Vice Chancellor, Professor Raja Reddy sir, SVU, Tirupati, Andhra Pradesh, Professor Mithali Kaur ma'am. Sir, is it audible or not, sir?
Very simple, Amrit sir. Very clear. Very clear, Amrit
Actually,
sir.
please, some of the participants you are posting, I think that is a problem from your side. Please check your internet. So, Professor Mithali Kaur ma'am, Principal, Moran College, Dr. Rajendra Prasad Bartakur sir, IQAC Coordinator, Moran College, Assam, Professor B.S. Mipun sir, Chairperson, ISTD, Shillong Chapter, Professor A.S. Dikshit sir, Director, IQAC, NEHU, Shillong, Dr. Srutasani Gogoi Madam, Workshop Coordinator, Head Department of Philosophy, Moran College. Regarding this topic, we are eagerly waiting to listen Professor Chennaiah sir, what to write, how to write, when to write, who or whom to write. So here the 5 W's and 1 H are very, very important. Taslima Nasreen, Bangladeshi writer staying in India. A few days back, she posted in the newspaper and the social network. Congratulations to Draupadi Murmu. She became a President of India, a first woman, tribal woman in India. Anyone can become President of India. It is only possible in India. See, what type of, even some democratic countries are around the globe, but never it happened, taken place just like in India. So here our writings of the Constitution of India playing a major role thanks to Ambedkar and other great leaders of nation. The way they viewed the future of India, everything now we are achieving one by one. The present Prime Minister of India, Narendra Modi ji, is taking care of each and everyone, 140 crores of people. Sabka Saath, Sabka Vikas. So many innovative programs they're doing at a national level, and various state governments are also education is in concurrent list. So this workshop, top tips for writing your research paper. Research and development are two sides of the same coin. Without research, there is no development. So every day I'm doing one MOOC course from LinkedIn and one MOOC course from Future Learning. So many new things. Today I completed one course on cultural competence. So culture is everything. How to express, how to write. So here culture is playing a major role. LSRW, listening, speaking, reading, and writing. Writing is the highest order, fourth skills. So it is our duty, whatever you feel. If you have good mind and good heart, it is then only it is possible to write good things. So healthy mind in a healthy body. Professor Chennai sir is going to elaborate all these things. What type of tips you should follow whenever you are writing. Never hurt. Just a few days back, myself, Professor Chennai sir, interacted and I expressed my views by seeing your writing style, the way you are writing, what you are writing. I can assess the personality of an individual. So not only writings, even words also, what type of words you are using. I'm sorry to express here before inviting Professor Chennai sir after Vande Mataram. I was educated at Sri Venkateswara University. My undergraduate program, postgraduate programs, doctoral and postdoctoral research. But a maximum I have seen outside, they're using unparliamentary language. Always, very few only they're very comfortable and pleasant language and honorable, respectable language. It shows their personality. That's why Professor Chennai sir never interact with maximum people. Whoever is very good, then only he. Otherwise, he simply say hi and just he wish and he leave. So I learned many things, not only reading, but through observation also. That's why one of the skills or methods of qualitative research observation method is a direct observation, indirect observation, participatory observation, non-participatory observation. There are so many types of now digital observation. There are so many innovative things we'll discuss here. Writing. So to write, only so simple thing, concentrate on letter. If you concentrate on letters, you can concentrate on words. If you concentrate on words, you can concentrate on sentences. If you concentrate on sentences, you can concentrate on paragraph. If you concentrate on paragraph, you can concentrate whole page. If you concentrate on page, you can concentrate on your research paper. So part to whole. It is very easy. Without writing single letter, it is not possible to write word. So every moment, we are writing letter to paper. So please concentrate on letter. So see, just like a second, minutes, hours, days. So they are very simple if you analyze analysis and synthesis, inductive and deductive methods. So in writing also, there are so many tips are there how to write, sometimes direct, indirect, formal, non-formal, informal. So many ways are there. We are going to learn one by one. We are grateful to Professor Chennai sir to get every week two keynote address. It is not possible to deliver two keynote addresses without learning new things. So we are really grateful to our honorable professor sir. Now we will start our program with the Vande Mataram.
Vande Mataram, Vande Mataram, Sujala Sukhala Malayaj Sheetala Sasya Shyamala Mataram, Vande Mataram, Shubhrajyosna Pulakitayamini, Pullakusumita Drumadala Shobhini, Suhasini Sumadhura Bhashini, Sukhadam Varadam Mataram, Vande Mataram, Vande मातरम्
Thank you. Now I am requesting Professor Chennai sir to deliver keynote address. Over to you, sir.
Respectable coordinator, Dr. Amrit sir, who is the designer for the program, who is actively organizing this program with excellent manner, and all the participants of the program. Human life is nothing but a life of the learning. From birth to death, through intuition, we are getting so many things. Learning is a way of life. We have various types of learning experiences. So this learning has created extraordinary changes in the human being life. Through learning experiences, we developed science and technology, all civilizations, culturals, all developments in the human being life. We have learned many things about the inner world, which is consciousness, which is mind. Human being developed through learning various types of things, various types of understanding relating with the internal world and the external world. Through understanding of external world, we have developed so many things in the world. Through internal development, we understood our nature of human being consciousness. We know what is love, what is bliss, what is happiness, what is enlightenment through the journey of inner world. We have a great learning experiences. Relating with learning, we have various types of learning skills. We have speaking, reading, writing. We have two skills relating with input. We get things from this two learning skills from all sources. Listening. Art of listening is the most important thing. If you listen very carefully, you will get more knowledge. If you listen without any bias, you can understand anything. Through listening, you can transform your total life. Reading. We read many things. We read books, articles, research things, everything. Through reading, we get words, knowledge, sentences, books, information, many things. That is also a very great learning source for us. We have a speaking. So this is a very effective communicative skill. We do jobs. We have a interaction with the speaking. We have so many principles. How to speak, what to speak, when to speak, what type of words are useful for our life. If you speak very negatively, what are the consequences? We know all the things through learning experience. So we have a writing skill. This is a very prominent high level of skill. This skill has developed a lot in the human being existence. So in the ancient time, people started creation of things through oral methods. Our education, our learning transformed from mouth to mouth, long period, to repetition, to remembrance of memory. Then after some time, they recorded in the palm leaves. Then printing, so many technologies occurred. So the writing is a permanent thing. It has a great importance. We understood now the human civilization, culture, knowledge, and everything through writings. So in the ancient time, in the modern time, the kings of the world, the rulers of the administrators of the world have taken stone as an important paper. They have printed or sculptured, written their philosophies, their administration, the history of kings and everything. Then they have coined information in the coins. They have recorded in the palm leaves so many things. So writing is the most important thing in the life. Through writing, we have developed many things. So the writing is a skill. It is a result of our thought. It is a result of our practice and experiences. Through writing, we may publish articles, we may publish thesis, we may get degrees, we may get jobs, we may get so many things. But writing skill has a great effect on our human being life. So now Nobel Prizes are awarding on the basis of writing, the book publication. The Gnanapith Award is nothing but judgment on the book. So it is a writing. So many prizes, many awards, many great things, great effects are nothing but the results of writing. Writing is an extraordinary skill. So for that, for a researcher, for a student, for a teacher, for a professor, for anybody, they have to check every day the 4 skills: listening, reading. These 2 are very essential for getting more knowledge. At the same time, we have to express our talent, our knowledge, our activities through speaking and writing. Through writing, we get many degrees or many awards on many things. So in this connection, to express the greatness of writing, I will say something about great form of writing. His name is George Bernard Shaw. So he's a world famous person, a world famous writer. He contributed a lot in the form of writing. He has written comedy dramas. So he's born in Ireland in 1856, July 26th he born. He died in 1950, November 2nd, at the age of 94. In 1925, he got the Nobel Prize for Literature. So literature means a writing form. He has written books called Man and Superman, Caesar and Cleopatra. So many great writings he has. He has created extraordinary changes in the field of writing. Before his death, many governments announced many awards, but he rejected. He said many great things about a human being life. So one should be very careful about the writing. So life, he said. What do you mean by life? So life is about creating yourself. So your labor is nothing but your effort. You have to divide, you have to design, you have to develop your life on the basis of your ideas. You have to create your life beautifully. Your thought is responsible for the beauty of your life. You have no intellect, if you have no intelligence, if you have no intuition, you have no soul guidance, then your life design may be very harmful. If you take guidance from your soul, your intellect, and your thoughts, your emotions with a positive sense, your life will be very beautiful. So here, you are the maker of your life, George Bernard Shaw says. So he is telling about many good things. Animals are my friends, and I don't eat my friends, because he's telling the entire world is a one family, not only human beings, the birds, the animals, the trees, all the living creatures. We have interdependence, you have interrelationship. So all living creatures of the world, though human beings are any they live, they die. But all living creatures have great impact. So here Bernard also said, human beings have no lovely relation with the other living creatures. He is destroying. The other creatures also destroying human beings. Human beings are spreading enmity to other creatures in the nature. In the return, they may also doing the same things. The all viruses, the all diseases, all ill treatments from the nature is nothing but a war between the human beings and the other living creatures. So there is no harmonious life. That's why, so he's giving most important for vegetarianism. At the same time, not only the vegetarianism, he's telling, I won't kill any living creature, not only human being, but all birds or animals or anything, because they are my friends. I am not different from other living creatures. I have a connection with direct and indirect manner. Many living creatures are helping to me to live very happily in the world. So he is telling, those who cannot change their mind cannot change anything. So change is the most important thing in the life. One should be very careful about the life. One had to take more care to change their behavior for a positive sense. He's telling, youth is wasted on the young. So he's telling, live moment to moment. Don't postpone anything. He's telling, if you get any chance, don't miss that chance. That chance is now or never. If you get any valuable chance, use that. Otherwise, you won't get. That's why in the life, in the young stage, in the youth, the energetic stage, you have to work hard. You live very friendly. So in the British, in the Ireland, and the literature, we find in the tragedies and the comedies. But here, the Bernard Shaw has taken only comedic. So he knows. So laughing is the most important. He's telling, throughout your life, if you miss laughing, if you miss smiling, then there is a danger for you. Throughout your life, you may be in the child or a youth or age or old before death. Smiling should be there, laughing should be there. If you laugh every day, that is a medicine for your life. Don't miss any laughing. You listen laughing comedies. You listen laughing dramas. So he has written one important dramatic thing, Penigma line, and so many important man and Superman, Caesar and Cleopatra, and so many other things. He got a Nobel Prize for literature. So he's an exemplary person for the development of writing skill. He has shown the greatness of writing skill. This is the most important thing in the life. So he's telling, we love only one great thing, that is love of food. So there is no love sincere than love of food. So here, relating with the language, relating with the communication, relating with the writing skill, he has mentioned one important valuable point is, the single greatest problem in communication is the illusion that it has taken place. So here in the writing, we may write something in a assertive sentence, interrogative sentence, imperative sentence, explanatory sentence, simple, complex, compound. We may use different type of language, because language has one word has many meanings. We may use language, but here Bernard Shaw is telling, the greatest problem in a communication is an illusion. What do you mean by illusion? Mistaking one thing for another. Because of the illusory understanding, wars are going on, differences are going on, punishments are going on, misunderstanding, many things. So because of words usage, that's why be careful. So sometimes we may use some words, we may understand differently, people may understand differently. That's why illusion is a great problem in the human being affairs relating with the language. He's telling, success does not consist in never making any mistake, but in never making the same mistake in the second time. So he's telling, so you have to follow, you have to do many things in the life. Don't postpone anything. Be active. Commit mistakes. Don't commit mistakes with a conscious level. If you have no understanding with unconscious manner, with a different sense, you may commit a mistake. Don't repeat the same mistake in the second time. If you free from doing mistaking in the second time, that is a vital place in the human being life. So he has said many things about the human being life. So he said about the patriotism, human integration. So here he said patriotism is a conviction. So that means this particular country is a best country for you because you have born in that country. You have great commitment, great respect. But he's telling the world peace, the quiet world, he's telling that develop patriotism in the race of human existence. He's telling you have to treat the entire world as a one country. You are a citizens of the world. You have to appreciate the efforts of the world as a country. So if you develop patriotism in the human race for the glory and appreciation of the earth, then we can see constantly quiet world, a world of peace. So that is the most important thing. So integration of the world, we have to develop patriotism on the existence of a human being world. That is the most important thing in the life. Otherwise, there is a danger for our human existence. So he's telling about hatred. So here hatred means a coward person may hate because of nothing but the indirect reflection of the hatred person, the coward person may express hatred, disliking. So here in the world, we have to see many things. I mean, under responsibility is telling you have a soul, that is a consciousness. You have a freedom, you have a responsibility. You have a freedom to do good and bad. If you do good, you will get good results. If you do bad, you will get bad results. You are responsible for your freedom. For that, you need the help of awareness, the quality of awareness into intelligence, the highest quality of awareness, intuition, the great quality of awareness, the understanding of existence. If you operate freedom with the help of total awareness relating with the external world and internal world, then you can operate in the world with exact and clear manner. That is the most important thing in the life. So here he said the criminals may die. Criminals may die in the hands of other criminals. The criminals may not die in the hands of law. So here, if you do bad things, you will face consequences in the nature. That is a most important thing in the life. So he's telling, for understanding the world, you have to and bright, be impartial, don't have any conclusions, don't have any conceptions. Your mind should be like a pure mirror. If you see anything through pure mirror, you can see exactly what it is the outside of the mirror. In the same manner, you have a clean and pure mind. You can understand exactly what it is in the external world. So purification of mind is the most important thing in the life. That is the most important thing in the good creation is the most important in our human being life. So imagination, what do you mean by imagination? So here clean imagination is the most important thing in the human being. Amareswar, are you listening?
Yes, sir, listening, sir. Only sometimes your voice is some little bit is okay, sir. Everything is okay, sir.
Okay. So here Bernard Shaw is telling relating with the politicians and the political profession. So some people know, some people think they know. Actually, some people think they know, but actually they don't know. Some people think they don't know. So here, some people they don't know. Some people they think they know everything. That is the point for the political career he is telling. Those who are opting in the political field as a leaders, their mentality is they have no proper learning experience. They don't know many things, but they think they know everything in the world. Through that imaginary outlook, they are entering in the field of political life. If they get any position, they want to listen. So if somebody gives any suggestion for economy, for anything, for good thing, everything, I know everything. Who are you? After all, you are nothing but a official. You have to listen, otherwise I will transfer. So here, the Bernard Shaw is telling, so those who are egoistic people, those who are close to learning experiences, those think that we know everything, that type of quality persons are entering in the world as a political field. So their thinking is the qualification for entering in the political career. That's why he's telling good people have to come in the political world, right people have to give suggestions in the world. Innocence is the most important. Courageous outlook is the most important thing. Honest way of living is most important. We have to question everything because he's a British socialist. So he has given most important for the sensitivity of the people. He's telling another important is in the world. He's telling one tragic thing in the world, that is a person who knows many things, who is a genius, is not a respectable person in the world. That is a tragedy in the world. He's telling the world is not recognizing the genius people, a persons of great maturity, a persons of great understanding. That's why, so here in the political field, people are entering those who are living in the imagination. They think that they know everything, but in the practical sense, they have no any learning experiences. They are in the fantasy, they are in the imagination. So through that imagination, they are giving wrong direction. That's why we are not getting peace, harmony, equality, understanding, and everything in the world. That's why read good books. He is telling, relating with the reading. So if you have any book, you have to read. If you read, it is a good, then you can prescribe for your friends and everything. So write constantly with awareness. You write only good things. If you write bad things, that is a danger for you. So writing is the most important thing for the transformation and the revolution of human existence. I concluded this speech, Amrit sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Now I am requesting the participant to interact with Professor Chennaiah sir before going to our presentation. Over to the participants.
So George Bernard Shaw is a world famous writer, and he got a Nobel Prize in the literature in 1925. He got many things, and he introduced many literary activities with the help of humor. So we find many great things relating with the literature and the human being and the philosophy. Amrit sir.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Now I'm requesting the participants, please. Over to the participants.
Start the program.
Siva Padmavati from Nagarjuna University, please. Research scholars, you can ask.
So previously in the one program, one person, Dr. Jay Chitra, asked one question in the middle. She didn't get any link. Now she is available. Amrit sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Joined, sir. Dr. Jayachitra, madam. Okay, sir. I will start then if they are not. Sir, many research scholars are unable to write their own PhD thesis, research papers. So, how to improve their writing skills, sir?
So actually, in the language, I previously expressed that the learning skills, listening is the most important, reasoning is the most important, speaking and the writing. For developing writing, especially we are using English as a language. First, they have a psychological feeling that I should develop English language very effectively in the form of listening, in the form of reading, speaking, and the writing. Writing skill is a great skill for the career development, not only for getting PhD, for any future career also. First beginning, they have to develop some basic grammar, the present tense, the past tense, the future tense. For present tense, 4 tenses, past tense, 4 tenses, and future tenses, and the basic the parts of speech, noun, pronoun, adjective, adverb, preposition, conjunction, interjunction, the basic grammar points they have to learn. Then every day they have to follow one basic principle to develop writing skill. While they are reading any book, they have to read one sentence. Then after completion of that sentence, they have to see what are the difficult words, what are the important words we don't know. They have to see the meanings of that difficult word. So constant use of dictionary for using for knowing meanings. So we have to read very carefully with knowing the meanings only. With the synonymous, antonyms, we have to know. So if you start reading with knowing the actual difficult meanings, then you will remember many words. You may develop more skills. If you have some skills relating with the grammar, then if you start remembering the content, at the same time knowing difficult words or words which are not known meaning, we have to give only strong rule that without knowing the actual dictionary meaning of any word which we don't know, we don't continue further. Knowing every word meaning is the most and mandatory point in the personal life. If you start like that reading, after some time we may get constantly, just like we have a house and we may, then we start a tap. Then in the tap we find we have filled the tank fully. We started the tap, then we get forcefully. In the same manner, through reading, we have known many words, many expressions. Then after knowing, learning many things, if you start writing, then just like a water coming from the tank through tap, we may produce beautiful expressions. For that, we need constant efforts to know many things, to fill this information in our mind, just like filling water in the tank. So constant efforts are most important. We have to read many good books, good expressions, constant learning, constant reading, not only for getting a PhD or anything. Everyday learning should be there. Love and learning should be there for developing more writing skill. Amrit sir.
Thank you, sir. Even though, sir, if you permit, I can ask one more question. Many
Yes, Amrit
people
sir.
in Tirupati, in our own Sri Venkateswara University, what I observed, Even though highly educated research scholars, postdoctoral fellow, teachers, irrespective of gender, maximum male, we can say, they're using unparliamentary language and not respectable language, even non-formal interaction also. Why it is taking place, sir? People, they need respect, but they never apply in their practical life.
So actually, one should have a principles relating with the personality. One should have a broader goal and a broader objective or a target. So if you have a bigger, highest aim, then you may start to reach that, because the 1,000 miles journey starts with a single step. The great achievement comes from a single idea. A person who has no great goal or great ideal, he won't do anything. So here, a person who got a great ideal, he may get more successes, because you have studied in the Andhra Pradesh, in the Tirupati, and you have entered in many international conferences. You have published many articles, and you have applied North India, many remote areas for central universities to get assistant professor. You have performed exemplary manner in the entry board. Finally, with a royal manner, you got that position, because you are an example for that. Because a person who have a great motivation, great goal, can do many things. But here, people, in the most of the people in the world, they have no goals, because goal setting is the most important. Goal for the year, goal for the month, goal for the day. Because otherwise, the body mind will go for a silent explosion. If you give any targets, if you give any goals, if you give any responsibilities for your mind and body, the body and mind may function. Otherwise, it may go differently. That's why, to get more success, to develop more things, we have to give clear objectives and goals for our human being. Here, persons who got PhDs, those who are studying, they have no life goals, life ambitions, life achievements. That's why they are not books, inspiration from great writings of the people. That's why they are only remembering the local negative language expression. If they read very great writings, they may remember the language of the great writings of the people. They may talk differently, because if you start great learning, if you start reading great books, great informations relating with the world, you may accumulate more information in the mind. On the basis of the accumulation information, you may talk very nicely, beautiful manner relating with words and everything. Because a lack of language, lack of understanding about the concept, lack of right goal in the human being, they are not developing, they are not accumulating good language for expression. That's why without a goal, they are not doing anything. They have only local language, language with a negative sense. That's why they are using, you may use the word unparliamentary, because, for example, you see, if you enter in the ocean, we find unlimited water. If you enter in a small water for swimming, is it possible? In the same manner, constant learning relating with many things. So entire human knowledge is relating with so science, arts, humanities. This may be a classifications for academic purpose, but the entire human knowledge is human beings property. That's why listen good things, learn many things in the world, use good words, because if you start using good words in a human interactions, you may get positive results. That's why lack of learning, lack of goal, they are using this type of native languages. For them, they have to review their personality, fix their goal, read carefully, allow good expressions from great writings of the world. Then only they will live very comfortably. They may talk very nicely about human experiences with the good words. Amrit sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Anyone? Any other?
I'm sorry to interrupt, sir. I'm Chelchitra from
Yes.
Tamil Nadu.
Yes, Chitra, welcome.
Good evening, sir. Good evening, Chinnaya sir and Amma sir. I used to listen to all the international workshops,
What
the talks given
what
by
are
you
you,
two.
Chitra? What
I'm
are you,
Jai Chitra, sir.
Chitra?
I can't
What
say.
are you doing?
Madam is
I'm
associate
I'm an
professor.
associate professor teaching in PhD College of Arts and Science in Coimbatore, Tamil Nadu, sir. I have a
Okay,
question,
welcome.
sir. How to
Please.
become how I
Ah,
have a question, sir. Sir, can you hear me?
yes, listening.
How to
Listening.
become good at academic research writing?
Yes, because very good.
What tips you can give us so that we can develop and
Yes,
improvise our
yes,
writing
yes.
skills?
So you are in the which department? You are a associate professor.
Sir, I'm in commerce department.
Okay, you are a BCom, MCom, PhD. Huh?
Yes, sir. Yes,
So
sir.
yes, yes. So actually, for writing any academic research, because these are interrelated. For that, basically, you have to read literature of your department, your subject. While
Okay, sir.
reading your literature relating with commerce, various aspects, you have to know the technical meanings of every word. You have to enjoy the depth of meanings.
Okay, sir.
Then
So the
start
concept
write.
clarity is very important, no, sir? The concept which we are undergoing the research is
Here,
very.
yes, yes. So knowing the concepts, the important words and everything. So constant learning should be there. So to write your own commerce or a trade or a business or accounts or anything or marketing or international affairs, business or any subject relating with the commerce, it is a
Okay.
interrelated. You have to read your subjects are philosophy, psychology, social, many good things you have to get. While you have to know every meaning of the word. So constant reading, constant writing. While finishing your writing, you have to send the articles to journals, or you have to present this material in the conference. If you start your research material in the form of articles or in the form of paper presentation or speaking, after some
Okay, sir.
time you may get extraordinary skill. But at the beginning, you should have a goal that I have to develop more things. For that, you have to plan every day in the morning or evening, sometime apart from your academic work and the teaching, you have to
Sir.
spend some time for personal reading, listening, and constant writing every day. After some time, you will become excellent person. For that, excellency is not act but a habit. So if you have a
Okay.
extraordinary intention, motivation, energy, willpower, after some time you will become a exemplary person in the academic research. Dr. Jai Chitra,
Yes, sir. Thank you very much, sir. Actually, I
welcome.
published more number of articles and I was selected among 80,000, 25, among top 25 and among 80,000 commerce academicians for publishing various
Yes.
articles. But now the institute is
So,
insisting us to publish in Scopus and Web of Science academic research work. So I used to often listen to your talk and it's an inspiration and motivation for me to continue my research work. Thank you so
yes.
much to Amma sir and Chinnaya sir for giving me the opportunity and often
Okay.
calling me in the online. Sometimes I see there's a disruption in my network and thank you both of you very much sir for motivating all of us,
Yes.
not alone the professors but also the research scholars and the upcoming scholars. Thank you very much sir.
Yes, very good. Congratulations for your work, and the constant interaction should be there. If you share good words, good inspiration ideas, then our life will be very pleasant. Very nice. Have a nice day.
Thank you
Thank
very
you.
much sir. Thank you. Thank you.
Welcome. Amrit sir.
Sir, thank you, sir. Thank you very much. If you allow, I can concentrate now.
Okay. Okay.
Thank you,
Welcome,
sir.
Amrit sir. Please share your program.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
So good evening to Professor Chennai sir and noble participants. Top tips for writing your research paper. The two learning outcomes of the present session are understanding the concept of research paper. Every program we have new participant. That's why I'm keeping this learning outcome always, and learning top tips for writing your research paper. Before going to start our original topic, it is my duty always to motivate our learners. We can learn not only from human beings, not only from a living being, even non-living beings also, formal way, non-formal way, and informal way. What is just a simple tip to publish your paper or write something, whatever thoughts are coming, abstract to concrete. We have so many thoughts in an abstract way, but it is our duty to make it put on the pen. Best examples, lovers. Maximum those who are expressing their love, chances are more for success rate. But those who are not able to express their love, whether verbal or non-verbal or gesture, there may no, some people in general, the tribal people also, I'm working in Meghalaya, maximum people are tribes. The girl always express love, waiting to listen the love of opposite sex. Even though she has a good opinion on others, but they follow the cultural norms. In the same way, writing the first principle is to just don't postpone, you postpone the postponement. You can say simply procrastination. You can stop for procrastination. You can learn, there are 7 lessons from Gaze here, the wisdom. You can see what you can learn from birds also.
Great leaders don't set out to be a leader. They set out to make a difference. It's never about the role, always about the goal. Here's the 7 lessons we can learn from the geese. Number 1, sharing a common goal. As each goose flaps its wings, it creates uplift and aerodynamics orientation that reduces air friction for the birds that follow. By flying in a V formation, the whole flock. Lesson. People who share a common direction and goal can get where they are going quicker and with less effort because they benefit from the momentum of the group moving around them. Make sure your team is aligned towards a common goal. Number 2, increasing visibility. Flying in a V formation increases as every goose can see what's happening in front of them. The lesson here is to make our organizations visible in both org chart directions. Having top-down visibility enables leaders to stay connected with the edges of the organization to make better informed decisions. Bottom-up visibility enables teams to see the bigger picture, engages them, and empowers them to better align themselves with the organizational objectives. If we have as much sense as a goose, we will stay in formation, joining those heading in the direction we want to go. The sense of community emerges with a willingness to work as a team. Not only is it more efficient, the flock together has better visibility of its surroundings and is more visible as a collective. Number 3, having humility to seek help. When a goose falls out of formation, it suddenly feels the friction flying alone. It then quickly adjusts its mistake and moves back into the formation to take advantage of the lifting power of the bird immediately in front of it. Lesson. Be humble to admit the challenges we face and to seek help as soon as we get stuck. This humility will enable you and your team to move faster and achieve more. If we have the sense of a goose, we will openly and confidently acknowledge when we need help and gratefully accept the support that is offered, and will fly harder to stay up with the flock so we can all go longer distances with ease. Number 4, empowering others to lead. When the lead goose in the front gets tired, it rotates back into the formation and allows another goose to take the leadership position. Lesson: empower others to also lead. Micromanaging and keeping tight control will burn you out. It will also disengage and demotivate others around you. People have unique skills, capabilities, and gifts to offer. Give them autonomy, trust, and a chance to shine, and you will be surprised with the outcomes. Number 5, always recognizing great work. The geese honk to recognize each other and encourage those up front to keep up their speed. Lesson: make sure we praise people and give them the recognition they deserve. Lack of recognition is one of the main reasons team members are unsatisfied at work and quit. It's very common for people's efforts to go unnoticed by their peers in a busy and fast-moving work environment. However, remembering to constantly provide recognition and encouragement is vital, and it keeps teams motivated to achieve their goals. Number 6, offering support in challenging times. When a goose gets sick or wounded, 2 geese drop out of the formation and follow it down to help and protect it. They stay with it until it dies or is able to fly again. Then, they launch out with another formation or catch up with the flock. Lesson: standing by each other in difficult times. It's easy to always be part of winning teams, but when things get difficult and people are facing challenges, that's when your teammates need you the most. If we have the sense of a goose, we will stand by each other when things get rough, and we will willingly take the support and guidance that's an offer. Number 7, staying committed to core values and purpose. The geese migration routes never vary. They use the same route year after year. Even when the flock members change, the young learn the route from their parents. In the spring, they will go back to the spot where they were born. Lesson: stay true to our core values and purpose. Strategies, tactics, and products may change in order for an organization to remain agile, but great companies always stick to their core purpose and values and preserve them with vigor. If we have the sense of a goose, we will recover and regroup and resume formation with the greater team headed in the direction that we want to go, and we will stick with the plan until we succeed. Thanks for watching this video. Share and subscribe for more amazing inspiration.
What a wonderful video for lesson from geese. Yeah. The research paper is a piece of academic writing. Yeah, just now, a few minutes back, Dr. Jayachitra madam asked what is a critical writing or academic writing or research writing. There are two. Number one is formal writing and non-formal writing. Non-formal, you can write simply. There is no need to follow any protocol. But whenever you are writing a research article or research paper, you should follow some norms based on your styles of writing and referencing style here, APA or MLA or any whatever you have. Always better to think and don't use unnecessary words, and what you are going to write, first make it a draft. Suppose my research paper on 5L's model of education or Pramato model of well-being is the introduction. What is the meaning, concept of well-being, theories of well-being, advantages of well-being, issues related to well-being, challenges regarding well-being, and innovative ways to improve well-being, and the conclusion if you have any educational implications and suggestions. So the end only conclusion, introduction, conclusion, always starting and ending, and reference styles. After writing your full-length paper only, it is better to write abstract. Based on this one, on 28th July is the last day to present a paper at our Northeast India Education Society Nice. August 18th, we have a national seminar in Shillong. Those who want to present, please visit NEHU website. You can come and present physically also. You can see the beauty of Northeast. Most welcome to all. Consisting here of analysis, interpretation, and argument-based research. There are different types of qualitative, quantitative, mixed method research here, the action research, basic research, historical, so many types. In comparison to essays, research papers are more detailed. They don't only focus on your writing skills, but your research skills as well. Hence the name research paper. When writing a research paper, you don't just share your opinion on the matter, but also include a lot of factual information, including any relevant sources. Only one thing, here the writing, it is very difficult to express your nonverbal communication or gesture. Only written communication. At the same time, according to the communication experts, communication styles, you can't express uh, through writing more than 15% of your meaning. So it is very difficult what you are really want to express. But even though the government of India or many others, they are depending maximum to preservation of knowledge, transmission of knowledge, and creation of knowledge based on our writing style. So Gnanapita Award already Professor Chennai sir mentioned Nobel Prize. So many different types of prizes are also awards and rewards available for best writing. Here, top 5 habits of successful writers. It is very useful. Please, some of participants, they have how to improve, even have gone through the feedback chat box, and I got information, some of them how to write a review of literature for folklore literature. Some others are writing and for UZ research, some other things. To say frankly, there are 14 types of review of literature. There is a subject based. Suppose this is folklore. If you are really want to do, there's so many things. Is a culture related. Culture, we had tangible culture and intangible culture. So many things, even the beliefs, ideas, certain things we can't express through your words. So you can take even pictures, images. So many innovative things are there. It's a discipline specific. First of all, whenever any subject, it is your duty. What is the main assumptions of your discipline? Suppose education. I am a teacher of teacher education department. Our main agenda is to teach how to learn, how to teach. So we are concentrating the innovative ideas while observing some expert, those who are even though never did any B.Ed, DLEd or M.Ed, they are extraordinary teachers. So here head, heart and hand integration of 3H are very important. The Sikh philosophy, they're using 4th H hukum. So every subject, they have their own research methodology. Maybe you have your own research methodology in a folklore also, how to review. For review of literature, 14th critical review, we have even whenever you are reviewing also what to, whether based on your empirical data or secondary data or only theoretical or secondary based research. Based on your research objectives, research questions, you can review. Not so there are vice versa. Sometimes what you are doing, you are going for review of literature based on the availability of the type of research, models of research, methods of research, and you are selecting your own framing own objectives. Sometimes based on your research problem, you are going to review. So these problems, what type of books. So it is your duty, sometime top to bottom and the bottom to top. So now it is your turn to watch this video.
Many of us struggle to write on a regular basis. Work, relationships, and laziness settle in to keep us from writing. We're often never in the mood to write. Are there any ways of overcoming this? In this video, we'll look to habits of successful writers and how they approach the challenge of writing. One of the best habits most successful writers possess is the ability to write every day without fail. Stephen King writes 10 pages every single day of the week, even on holidays. Ernest Hemingway pledged to write at least 500 words a day, and contrary to popular belief, never wrote while drunk. Successful authors know that the mood rarely strikes when we want it to. Inspiration or our best ideas come and go as they please, without consideration to our needs or schedules. This is why developing a daily regimen of writing, a certain number of hours, pages, or words, each and every day is a primary ingredient to your success. Write every day, or at least most days of the week. Make it a habit and you'll never struggle to find the time or the motivation. Another good habit is to get up and work early. Many authors, including Charles Dickens and Franz Kafka, would rise early in the morning to begin writing. Our energy is most potent shortly after we wake and only gets weaker as the day progresses. If you want to get the most out of your writing potential, work on writing first thing in the morning when you're brimming with ideas. Waiting until after the day is done, after work and school when you're drained and tired, will only result in poor output, or worse yet, no output at all. A third habit that many successful writers possess is the almost superhuman power to turn off their inner critic. While writing, you are very prone to criticizing your own work. This can trigger self-defeating thoughts. How many times have you written something and thought to yourself, "This sucks," or "I'll never make it," or "Nothing I work on turns out right"? We've all been there. Even the successful writers feel their own inner critics destroying their work before it can even get off the ground. But they have a secret that few others know about. They shut off their own criticism until the time is right. Just like a baby is prone to the elements, so too is a piece of writing in its early stages. You have to keep it shielded from self-defeating thoughts and habits before it's fully formed. Once your piece of writing has matured, you can then open it to your own criticism, and then to that of others. And that's the fourth good writing habit of successful writers. Many of us are afraid to have others look at our work. We're afraid of being criticized, afraid of being put into the spotlight, being exposed to others. But that's the name of the writing game. The whole point is to have others read it. Successful writers know that not everyone will like their writing. In fact, they know most people won't. But that's okay. You don't need most people. You need just enough. And in order to bring your writing to the next level, a professional level, you have to let others review it, criticize it, and sometimes tear it apart. Your editors are going to rip your writing to shreds, but you'll pick those pieces back up and build your story from them even stronger than before. Your writing will never be as good as it can be without input from others, and many times, much of that input will be negative. But you'll get stronger and your writing will become clearer and more effective. Let others tear it down so you can build it back up. A fifth and final good habit of successful writers is a bit of a wild card. Many successful writers have strange rituals that help them write. Of course, these rituals don't actually have a magical effect, but they come close. You see, the human mind is a very elastic thing. You can trick your brain into believing all kinds of wacky things, and some wacky ideas can translate to lots of success. Scott Adams, the famous creator of the Dilbert comic strip, uses daily affirmations. Each day he writes a few simple sentences about what he wants to accomplish. "I will be a successful cartoonist" was one that he used for years before he made it big in the comic world. Adams wrote this sentence up to 15 times daily, each and every day, and he still does. Famous novelist Dan Brown hangs upside down in what he calls inversion therapy. Brown claims that this helps him overcome writer's block. Victor Hugo, author of such lasting works as The Count of Monte Cristo and Les Miserables, spent up to 2 hours a day plunged in ice water baths. Do these odd rituals actually give these creators their amazing talent? In a way, they do. These habits are specific to the individual. And because they've become habits and are so deeply associated with writing and creativity, each time that they are done, they are believed to work. If every day you eat lunch when the clock strikes 1, you've developed a ritual. Even if you're not feeling hungry, when you see the clock turn to 1 p.m., your hunger will instantly materialize. You've trained your mind and body to respond to the stimulus of the ritual. A personal ritual to foster your writing skills will work in the same way. Take a lesson from some of the most brilliant minds in the business and try it for yourself. For more writing and creative videos, please subscribe to the Writer's Realm channel by hitting the subscribe button below. If you're interested in improving your writing and creativity even more, visit the Writer's Realm website.
So these are the habits of a great writer. So whatever you are feeling, better put on paper. So it is not possible to write within a day or within a week a best paper. And so you can go for editing. So here, this is the right slide to explain how to do the writing process. You plan, always pre-writing is very important. You can make an outline, what to write, how to write, when to write, whatever you are, always keep on paper and pen with you. So this is best, right? Researching, Professor Chennai sir always mentioning about research, search and research. Suppose sometimes maybe a kids, they are entering into kitchen, mom always asks, okay, you see this one. So we are not able to see, even though the thing is available, maybe some salt or sugar or some other thing, because you are unfamiliar to the kitchen, you are not frequently visiting and helping, so you are unable. So mom asks by giving smile, okay, you can check it. While searching again and again, you will finally you can reach your goal. So research, this is very important. Then drafting, revising content, and revising organization, editing, proofreading, and publishing. So before, but a maximum researchers and authors, they are trying only this is in their mind. But what about all this process? So better think about pre-plan what to write. So every day, already I suggested also, if you write half of the page, 10 lines per day, 24 hours, 10 lines. It is not a difficult task. If you do like this, within 1 week, you can write 3 pages. So within for 1 month, you can write 12 pages. So it will become your research articles. Nothing. So within 1 month, you can publish extraordinary research paper, because writing a 10 pages is not a difficult task. So revising, editing, and proofreading, already in the last previous workshop also we taken the same thing. Yeah, pre-writing, drafting, revising, proofreading, and publishing will move the writing process here. Always plan pre-writing, planning, drafting, editing, revising, and brainstorming. So it is a cyclic process. Already I completed so many MOOC courses every day, writing articles. It is one MOOC course is available in LinkedIn. So May 16th, I completed this course. A simple process. This one is read, reread, review, reflect, and revise. 8 steps to write a research paper. What are the 8 steps? Steps 1, carry out research. Choose good topic. Identification of a research problem is a problem for research scholars or teachers. Better. Today I received a mail morning message from my research scholar, 9th research scholar. She asked, recently she completed her coursework, PhD coursework, sir, what topic I can select. I given full freedom to her, you note, just give from your side, you note down 4 topics and share with me, we can discuss, instead of giving topic from my side, because she is the research scholar, she is supposed to do, my self, I am supposed to a guide only. So it is better to select a research topic, whatever you like it, not don't take whichever is unfamiliar to you, which is not good for you, and it is not likable by you. So don't select that type of, write down the notes. I'm always doing these things. I'm always keeping paper and pen near my table. Whenever any thoughts comes, and always making, noting down, and brainstorm the outline right here, prospects and outline, write good introduction. Always I'm mentioning first step is introduction, write proper body, give good conclusion. So these 2 things are very, very important. In that way, successfully I completed 4 dissertation for my MEd student teachers. Now we are going to publish 4 books by keeping their name also. So I am not thinking to write any book individually. Sometimes I can do at the same time, whatever I'm doing, I'm always making, okay, I can work together with my students and scholars. It is good for win-win approach. Instead of planning for separate book, whatever I'm doing, guiding, it is better to take more care. In that way, now per year minimum, I can publish 4 books. Right. Here, steps to write a research paper. Research, select a subject here. Number 1 is a familiarize yourself with the assignment. Not only assignment means it is a topic, and select a subject and research. Here, organize your study. Always and create a thesis and make here rough outline. So, and write always rough outline. This one actually I'm doing, actually the letters are down. And here content editing with write, edit, revise, rewrite. So always makes here grammar check. Grammarly app, I am always using F7. The word itself we have, whenever you need a grammar, spelling and grammar, press F7 in your Windows keyboard. automatically you will get one window in MS Office. You can do, otherwise you can do manually, or otherwise you can do Grammarly app. And here reread your research paper before submitting it. Before submitting, but what I want to say, before after selecting your research topic and before writing your, always go through the guidelines first where you are going to submit. Suppose says Springer Nature, Tyler and Francis, or edited books or conference proceedings, everyone have their own writing styles. Times New Roman, font size 12, even space between the lines 1.5, references APA, 7th edition. There are so many things to consider within. That's why best think like an artist before going to make a art painter. So any artist, painter, before going a sculpture, before going to prepare any statue, he just think in his mind, he has his own graph, abstract graph or image in his mind, and think even like Kailas, Ellora, this type of you have, if you see this art, this sculpture, extraordinary art, because they're done in the systematic way. Here, the research paper also here, deeper engagement with your work and citations. Title is the number one, abstract. Actually, this one I can give you after full length paper, but this one already I taken whatever the references and introduction, full article. But in that way, that is why whenever I am trying to do some innovative things, I have innovative idea, maximum we are not getting always. Seminars are also, they're asking you submit abstract before 15th July and full length paper at the end of the July, 31st July. That is a wrong practice. So please, those scholars and researchers, supervisors are here. Never ask such type of things. Always better to put last date of our abstract and full length paper the same day, not differently. Right. Here you can see again introduction, materials and method, result discussion, always is abstract. This is I use in my blog also, typical research article abstract. But even though they are showing abstract, see here, we are writing articles and writing starting with an introduction to conclusion references. After that only we are writing abstract, but while publishing, it must be abstract is fast. In that case is what researcher, they think that abstract is better to write first. No, that's why sometimes we are doing something and we are expressing something, we are showing some in other order. So whenever, if you enter into, again I'm taking kitchen, how mom is preparing maybe a rice or chicken or any other dishes, maybe when you are tasting it is good, but if you see the raw materials, it is not possible. Are you able to take the salt separately? If you take, it is not taste, it is never tasteful. So at the same time, mirchi also, the same quantity, whatever you added in the dishes, if you take individually or separately, it is impossible. Means we need ingredients together. In the same way, writing a research paper also, different order, different structure, but showing is in different way. Abstract, even though we are showing in the beginning, but it is your duty to write at the end. Right? Problem, identification of problem is an introduction, literature review. So here, even though we are showing literature review after introduction, but before introduction also there is a need of literature review. Every step we are going, whenever you have problem, what type of methodology to use, again you are going to review of literature. At the discussion also you are going to review of literature, but it is not possible to show every step, but knowingly or unknowingly, you are always referring review of literature, but we have always a separate chapter or subheader for review of literature. Conclusion of acknowledgement and references. The same thing. So here guidelines for writing successful research paper. How? So here very nicely you can see, use a unique style of writing and have a clear understanding of your contents And the writing should be simple, avoid unnecessary jargons, develop in-depth knowledge of the subject, right? So here, use innovative ideas and ways to justify the research work, explain different scientific terminologies and provide a track of bibliography to strictly follow all the specific citations of approving publishing authority and thoroughly proofread from top to bottom of the research paper, but very few only. This is very nice slide I taken, guidelines to write successful research paper, writing your research paper. So I can show you here. Number one, guidelines. Number two, a proper research. Here, schedule of writing is essential. Proper scientific research, paper writing, and chalk out outline. This one I am always giving, not only for research paper, even dissertation also, even PhD thesis also. Introduction, abstract. But again, I'm mentioning abstract, you write at the end, but keep like this. But before introduction itself, the structure of the paper always comes. Title, author name, and author details. Then we have abstract, title, and keywords. Then introduction and all these things. Maybe order references. This will come at the end. Topic and research importance, materials to use. Even one of the participants, they asked how many research tools for PhD. There is no such type of hard and fast rule. You use this number of chapter titles or this number of research tools. No, it is based on your research. Every research is unique. Every research is something special importance. Suppose I did on, give you my own example, I did PhD on moral values of intermediate students. Attitude of intermediate students towards moral values in relation with certain psychosociological variables. I selected psychosociological variables as independent variables, here sex and caste, community, native place, year of here day scholars or hostler, and study habits, self-concept, personality, 16 HSPQ because intermediate up to 18 years. So based on the age also we are selecting sometime. So it is how everything it is your duty to. So painter, he has an image. Yes, I am going to paint maybe a draw of Honorable Prime Minister of India, Narendra Modi ji. So they can visualize and they will start. But starting is always from sometimes at bottom to top or top to bottom or whatever. Maybe someone they practiced by himself or herself. Consult peers on the outline stage for feedback. Create a complete draft, simultaneous writing of materials and methods, ways to write the results section, write a brief introduction of all the here flagship of research paper, select the best strategy for revision, write the references. So this is very nice. And again, how to choose a research paper topic. Because in research paper, we have divided identification of problem is the first step. Brainstorm with your co-authors. Read on your chosen topic. Here, find gaps of the literature, review research gap. We are simply gather the statements of the problem and formulate your hypothesis, singular hypothesis, plural, data, datum, plural, data, plural, datum, singular. The same a hypothesis, singular, hypothesis, plural. Establish your scope and limitations, delimitations, something under your control, something not under your control. What to increase the impact of your manuscript title. So sometimes by seeing the title, the citations, the impact of citations are, there are two things. Number one is your title. Number two is your abstract. Some people, they read your title, abstract, and conclusion. By reading these three, they can decide whether to go through this article or not. That's why always keywords, abstract, keyword, title, and conclusion better to write. Ensure that the title is clear, interesting, and attract the reader's attention. Here prefer using a declarative title. Just for title of our program also, top tips for writing your research paper simply. So it giving what a top tips, writing research paper. The three things are important. The title should be around 10 to 15 words. Sometimes really I'm surprised till date, I evaluated 10 PhD theses of other universities. Sometimes unnecessary words they use, unnecessarily they are giving sometimes two number of one thesis. It is not good to mention the name or a scholar where it is more than 77 hypotheses they used. To say frankly, they can do 10 hypotheses within one under one hypothesis, but they done unnecessarily. Okay, we have one type of research, simply we done. Highlight key aspects of study using keywords, shorter title, increase citations. See, shorter title, increase citations. Even sometimes here I'm reading your feedback also. Some of participants' email address is too long. I don't know why they create. They're trying to keep their full name, everything in the email. It is impossible. Always it is catchy and rememberable for others. So if someone make any underscore or some other special characters, there may be a chance, full stop, these type of things. Better to avoid. So suppose here, Srutaswani Gogoi Madam, S. Gogoi. Simple. If you use like this, so sometimes we are using double E, Kotishwari, my sister, K-O-T-E-E. Sometimes others are using K-O-T-I or K-O-T-E. So very difficult. So that's why sometimes very small it is make a very clear. And so avoid unnecessary words and technical jargons. Make sure the title conform to journal guidelines. The guidelines is very must. How to write an eye-catching research paper title, do's and here don't. Keep the title brief and clear. Use active verbs in the title. Keep the title. See, minimum is 10, maximum is 15. Sometimes there are others also. There is no such a hard and fast rule, but this is we can take a reasonable word limit. Use keywords in the title. Don't do write a lengthy titles. Never do add unnecessary details to the title. Don't do use lesser known abbreviations. Don't do use complex here noun based phrases. Don't do. 8 quick tips to create a great research paper titles, because we are moving from title to conclusion. Write a title after you finish writing. See, sometimes in general what we are doing but at the beginning we can frame some title, then you can write at the end. After preparing all the steps, completing your paper, you can reframe your title again. But in general what we are doing, even research paper scholars are also there. First they are giving the title, after title they are going through it. But as often the DRC, Departmental Research Committee, or some school board or some other places, they're suggesting something. So what the maximum researcher they suggest, write the title after you finish your paper. Keep it clear and concise and attractive. Ensure that the title is not too long or too short. Use the keywords and phrases from your paper. Ensure that the title indicates exactly what your research is about. Check whether the title reflects the tone of your paper or not. Sometimes really I surprised, the title is something and book or paper says something, there is no matching, even though it was published by Scopus or some international publishers. Really, it shocked me. Avoid using acronyms, abbreviations, and jargon. Ensure that your paper delivers what the title promises. Suppose now I kept the top tips for writing your research paper. If I say something about other than writing, what you feel, a title is something, the resource person is providing some other things. To maintain my research nicely, our programs, nowadays I started to avoid to take classes at HRDCs. Today, I declined to take classes at one of HRDCs because my duty, I know how much time I need to concentrate my programs. If I accept Professor Chennai sir rightly suggested me, some don't accept whatever, because you calculate it, you see it, your rest is also is very important, rest time. So everything we are doing. 10 tips for writing here. Persuasion research paper abstract. Now we are coming to abstract. Write the abstract after writing the full paper. Always think this one. Think of readers. Write an engaging, clear, and concise abstract. maximum 250, minimum 250 words, maximum 300 words. Don't write more than this. Sometimes some of research papers, they ask only 100 words. Include the most significant findings of your study and follow your paper's structure when writing the abstract. Add the main ideas from each section of your paper for an all-round perspective. And do not share any new information if it is not in your paper. It cannot be in your abstract. So don't do like this. Do not use any abbreviations or jargon that would confuse the readers, and add important keywords to your abstract to make it easily discoverable. Do not add number 9 tables and figures or references in the abstract. Don't use it, only text. And final one, follow the journal's guidelines about the word count abstract. Whenever you are typing, please see the right side, left side, bottom of your computer. It will say how many letters and words. So word count, no need to count by yourself. Automatically in the MS Office, always better instead of writing in by hand. We can write it, then you can type it. Some of research, I have some strange experience when last year October, we organized one international conference in collaboration with the Thailand Chiang Mai Rajbat University. One of research, I don't want to mention the name of the teacher in one of the central universities. She sent her full-length paper in PDF form. If she said how I can edit if I want to say something, but I identified something when I shared, she got maybe a different experience. Then onwards, I just blocked and deleted her number. So I don't want to make the type of communication. So sometimes criticism is important, but you can take it as a positively. You are not my friend, neither friend nor enemy. So not India and Pakistan, even though I really like a friendship with the Pakistanis, if you are good with your neighbors, but situation is different because of militants. How to write an abstract, already I mentioned, no need to write a research paper introduction. Now we are going to introduction. Use the upside down triangle methods. Mention aim and importance. And use citations wherever necessary, but do not overdo it. Do not use multiple citations to support one statement. And be clear about your hypothesis. Sometimes some of researcher authors, they say you can use multiple citation, where to use. That's why 5 W's, 1 H, what to do, when to do, why to do, who to do, how to do, when to do. These 5 W's and 1 H are very important based on, again, we are using situational intelligence. Based on situation, you can act, give an overview of the paper. Short is sweet. Make it as a visual representation. Do not overflow your paper with too many details. That's why your short is sweet. Really, I like it. A dissertation also earlier, 200 pages like that. Now I reduced within 100 pages. No need to write two. Who has time? In the digital world, people have huge information. So you can give clear and concise. Do not overflow your paper with too many details. This is also, I mentioned in one of our participants also, when they presented paper, they're keeping very huge number of slides. No, it is sorry. I can't say directly with you, but it is not the right time to present everything. You have allotted time. How many slides I can keep within for 15 minutes or 20 minutes? I'm always thinking, that's why maximum, maybe here and there, 1 or 2, 3 times only we moved beyond our schedule. In general, we follow our own time schedule. We have time management, follow journal guidelines. Again, this reverse, you should care about this research. This research is important. So what? And the research gap here, what's already known about topic, background, and here background, what's know about topic, why important to learn this new information, research aim. And writing V-shaped introduction or reverse pyramid, you can say V-shape. Even in the GIS, that videos also, they're going in the flying the V-shape. Right, background information, current state of field, they're getting extra, and they're saying 30% of energy, specific problems, research question or hypothesis, main aim and approach, Practical tips on writing A+ research paper. This one I taken from a Guardian newspaper for USA. Understand the research paper assignment before you start. Choose an engaging topic for your research paper. Start searching for repeatable resources. Create a precise thesis statement, develop a rough outline. I am always doing this one. Write a draft and finish up your paper. Cite your source and format your bibliography. The writing process: pre-write, plan and outline, write a first draft, redraft and revise, and edit and proofread. This is the best 5 steps, top tips. 6 steps. Again, brainstorming, outline, drafting, revising, proofreading, and final draft. Again, 5 plan, write, revise, edit, and publish. 6 tips here. Number 1, understand the content well. Number 2, use technical jargon carefully. Choose the words carefully. Divide the here essay into short paragraphs. Follow a simple entering writing styles. Proof check and copy edit. Intriguing writing style, you have different writing. Suppose for me as a social science researcher, we supposed to follow APA. Not only reference, even the total our thesis or paper writing style also. So an anatomy of research paper here, introduction, see how V-shape, reverse V-shape, both. Introduction, what is known, the knowledge gap to be filled, what is unknown, rationale or hypothesis, need and importance or need and rationale, don't use need of the study or importance of the study or rationale of the study. Methodologies, what did you do, results, where or what results did you get, discussion, how do the results bridge the gap, and conclusion, what does this mean for using forwards. Right, 7 simple steps. Again, focus on research topic, looking for the most reliable source of information. Whatever sources are available in internet are not valid or reliable. It is your duty where you are getting, whether you are getting from education institutions or researchers or research institutions or expert in the subject. That is very important. Outline main research ideas for each chapter or part. Draft the first parts of your research paper, abstract and introduction. Again here, whatever they given, draft only, but not they're suggesting to write full abstract. But my humble suggestion to you, after doing many programs and publishing, delivering lectures, what I came to know, your duty to write abstract at the end and even finalize your title also at the end. Develop the strong body of your research paper. Here, conclude a research paper logically without giving any new information on the topic. Cite all the used information sources properly, revise all the written content and edit it accordingly to the necessary formatting styles. That's why whenever I'm preparing even our seminar certificate also, first I will send to Srutaswani madam. If she is not available, sometimes I can utilize Professor Chennai sir services. Sometimes Professor Chennai sir mentioned here and there. So we rectified and again we are doing like that. So 8 steps to writing research here process. Number 1, research. Number 2, pre-writing, organizing ideas, drafting, revising and editing, reading comprehension and time management. This is very important. 9 tips for writing a successful research paper. How to you can, before you begin your paper, make sure you know what your lecture is asking of you. If you are not sure, ask. Choose your topic carefully. Make sure it is something that interests you. That's why I given chance to my research scholar to give topic by herself instead of given by myself. Utilize the resources your library offers, books, journals, digital platforms. My humble suggestion to researchers and the teachers, certain concepts or resources are not available outside your university server. So because they purchased, they subscribed, those are subscribed by your IP address of your university network. It is available in that network only, not outside the campus. So better you can utilize what are the things are available inside the campus and outside the campus. Color code your research notes by theme. It will make it easier when you come. So while preparing a draft structure of NEP 2020 for UG and PG, I did the same. I made to count total credits based on generic courses, core courses, discipline specific courses, all the discipline specific courses in one color. They can easily identify where and which semester we have different types of. Make sure you keep bibliographic information on all your research notes. Whenever you are searching any book, right, taking something, always remember, take the author name, publication, year of the publication, volume, issue, and DOI, sometimes ISBN number, ISSN number. Create a thesis statement that is clear, arguable, and precise. Plan your paper before you start writing. A well thought out outline will provide direction to your writing and ensure you stay on topic. And when you have finished writing, read it through and ask whether you have expressed what you set out to say. You could also ask a friend or classmate to read through it sometime, and as well as the second set of eyes. I want to share my personal experience of the last week, one of the progress seminar in our own department. I'm expressing something, but the other teacher is behaving differently. So I never lost my emotional intelligence. I handled very nicely. But sometimes whenever someone is asking, it is your duty to make it clear. So you can't say this is like this is like that. I am expert. Okay, everyone they have experience, but always some finding or faults may be identified by others because of some. We are always projecting whatever you are doing. Professor Chennai sir rightly mentioned in the keynote address. Some people they think that they know, but really they don't know. So and some other people they think that they know everything, but they don't know. Carefully proofread your final draft, checking for grammatical and typological errors, and that every source is accurately referenced, right? So this one actually, because of time, I'm not able to show this video, but this takes almost 10 minutes. It is available. Just I can show only 1 minute. You can identify this one and you can watch the YouTube. It is very good. Lakhs of readers already. How to write a paper in a weekend by Professor P.T. Kerr. So this is available in YouTube. Just I can show you only 1 minute.
Hi, I'm Professor Carr, University of Minnesota, Department of Chemistry. I'd like to talk to you this afternoon about how to go about writing a research paper. Over the years, I and my group have produced about 400 papers, and in working with new graduate students, is it a research paper? Is it a review paper? Is it a tutorial paper? What journal is it intended for? Are the primary readers of the paper going to be under sitting? You probably won't finish the paper in one sitting. And if you've got an outline, you can pick the work up back where you finished. Former editor of the journal Analytical Chemistry, Skillful Writing of an Awful Research Paper, 7 Rules to Follow. This little paper is a gem. It in mock style tells you the worst things you can do in writing a manuscript. I hope that you'll find this helpful, and it was a pleasure being here. Some reviewers get really bent out of shape.
Right. So this is very nice. 9 tips already. This one also I mentioned. 10 tips how to choose attractive research titles. The abstract already. So we mentioned so many things. 20 steps to writing your research articles. Simply, I can show you what are these 20 steps. Right, here determine the authors. Start writing before the experiments are complete. Decide it is time to publish. Draft a title and abstract. Professor N. Royce, former Vice Chancellor of NEHU and Mizoram University and Chairperson of NEHU, sir mentioned very nicely about whenever you are going to publish, it is your duty to always publish in a nice Scopus paper or science, Web of Science. It is your not to publish here and there. If you publish here and there is no use. So always better. Nowadays, even Jayachitra ma'am mentioned her college what they are expecting. They are expecting to publish Scopus, but unfortunately, the different mindsets. I don't want to. This is not right time to say. I'm planning to write one letter to Honorable Prime Minister of India regarding to this thing, and draft a title and abstract here, and examine the list of authors, determine the basic format, and select the journal. Actually, this one you do first. Select where to send. After reading the guidelines only, you can do it better, and check the references, write the final title and abstract, reread the journal's instruction to authors, prepare the final illustrations, get feedback on your manuscript and revise your manuscript, submit the manuscript to the editor, deal with the reviewers' comments, check the proofs. So this is very, very important. Always follow like this. And characteristics of an effective research paper conclusion. This is very important. Stress the importance of the thesis statement or gives research paper a sense of completeness. Here leaves a final impression on the readers. 5 characteristics of an ineffective conclusion. In general, people simply they're writing a generic or contains new information, but whatever you mentioned in the full-length paper, that only will come in your conclusion, and engage in idle discussion, apologies instead of addressing the weakness of the research. Never apology, make yourself and emotional instead of analytical. And these are already we mentioned based on these Sage Publishing, Springer Nature, and other. Because this is time to publish 9 tips for writing an excellent paper. So I can go through this one. We have yes. Simply you can see 9 tips of how to write, the 4 steps of editing of. So no need to go for now editing. Already we mentioned maximum things about revise, edit, and 9 tips what we can do here. Nicely read the journal, plan your manuscript, just write. This is the simple and more important tip. Write a memorable title here, write an effective abstract, get feedback, double check your references, polish the language, add the bells and the whistles. So this is very, very nicely, always better. And 4 steps here: revise organization, check the logic flow, proofreaders, and take the format. 3 steps editing process, but this one actually I prepared for some other purpose. So revise and editing, no need. This one, why I showed this one at the end, we need to revise. Sometimes what is happening, you are submitting a paper for publication, but again they're sending back, you can revise it, so you can make again revision. That's why this one, write, plan, write, rewrite, revise, edit, proofread, submit, again it will come a cyclic process. Never get so top tips for editing your research paper. These are the tips always. In general, paper researchers, they can write, but they are very poor in editing. So because you don't have editing skills, always follow this one. Prepare all relevant information from your study, background, results, and other data. Create a research paper outline, write your first research paper draft, get editing, content editing, and line editing, revise your draft and edit again, proofread your paper, and submit your research manuscript to your target journal with confidence. So these are the things. This is really very nice. I'm going to share this one in my blog today or tomorrow. You can go through it and I will get revising and editing extraordinary information, learning outcomes. And at the end, to get people coming back to read your content can only be accomplished by sticking to these characteristics. A good article must be relevant to the audience or good enough to serve its purpose. A good article must be complete. Incomplete content may appear to be erroneous here. Erroneous or a good article must be accurate. Content having errors here will mislead the readers, which can lead to employing wrong decisions. That's why error-free. A good article should be friendly and easy to read. Don't use difficult words or words are not familiar. Better. Sometimes I already mentioned one of teachers of our NEHU, whenever he writes any letter to administration, they keep their head like this and they feel very sad. It must be available and communicated when it's needed. However, it can also be delayed and it must be reliable. A good article must not cost more than it's worth. It may be ignored if it does. What happened? I already mentioned one of scholar in Kasi language is working in he flew Shillong campus. He published a book. That book is a two double space between the lines. Cost is of almost 500 pages. Cost is also 500. If they make is a single space, the cost may be between 250 rupees or 200 rupees. The size of the book is also appear small, but without the poor editing skills and publishing skills, they did like that. Now people are not ready to purchase because of heavy weight, at the same time too much cost. Don't do like this. These are all myself and Dr. Sotosani Madam models of education. Now it is time for you. If you have any queries, I can take for only 2 minutes. Now over to the participants. Yeah. If you have anything, please. Professor Chennai, sir.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
I'm Paramita
Paramita
Saha.
Saha. Yeah, please.
Sir,
Please.
Amrit
sir, I just want to know, like,
Amrit sir, are you listening?
So I'm listening, sir. One participant is interacting, sir. Just 1 minute, sir. Yeah, please, madam, continue.
yeah, sir, I just want to know, like, which voice we should use in article, passive voice or active voice?
Active voice is very good. Passive voice is not good, and even direct, indirect you are telling. So direct always better. Whenever is maybe you are explaining, someone is telling like this, they mentioned in the passive voice, we can't change. Something already they mentioned, you can take is within inverted quotation. But from our side, always better direct and active voice instead of passive voice.
All right, thank you, sir.
Welcome.
And one more thing, sir, like, so for example, like, if you write an article and you got a very few reference, and what we have learned, like, we cannot include those old articles, like, say for example, like long back, maybe 20 years back. So so in that case, what we will do?
No, actually, there is no such type of hard and fast rule. No research article says you write this number of references or that number of references based on your need of the study. Suppose now, best example, educational neuroscience or neuropedagogy. These are all emerging topics. Very few research, even though at a global level is more in number, within India, very less number of researchers are doing research on these topics. So you are unable to get a number of. So what is the research already available within India or within Meghalaya? So what is the research gap and why? The review citations we need to strengthen your need of the topic and your methodology. Because of this one, based on these studies, these are the drawbacks we need like this. Now 4G, 5G already network They're going to central government taking steps. Without 4G, now some of people, they are not able to get 4G, but some other people are going to enjoy 5G. So someone they are doing research about 4G. So it is very new for those who are already using for the 3G, but they never. So here, that's why you need a situational intelligence based on your topic, based on your available resources. Maybe sometimes you are a paid free user. Suppose you are also using LinkedIn. Some others are also using LinkedIn here. They are not able to get these courses because I am a premium holder, account holder. I paid 11,000 rupees to LinkedIn. I am able to get. See, even though maximum millions of account holders are there, all are not accessible. In that cases, if you search something in the LinkedIn, you say that I am not getting, but the same thing I am getting more. So in that cases, researcher also, they know how to search the content. I did 4 MOOC courses from University of Leeds, how to search content. From University of Leeds itself, I did how to search content. But I don't know how many researchers are here, they are aware of how to search content. How the algorithm, search algorithm is functioning. So that's why sometimes the researcher, they say less number of maybe references are available. That is based on their availability of the content. That's why I told you have also, you are in Torah campus. If you go to Torah NEHU, we have NEHU server. So you will get some reviews. If you go and use the private, but you are not able to get the content. So based on your what type of server you are using, where you are using. Now Pakistan, based on border states, Arunachal Pradesh, they are not enjoying a network like us because of network issue. So they are not able to get what you are getting in Meghalaya. There is
Thank you
no
so
such
much,
type
sir.
of hard and fast rule, ma'am. Don't worry. Whatever you have, you can provide and you can write. So within, you can use that diplomatic language. Being a researcher, whatever available resources I referred, and based on my research gap, I identified these are the things pass. So it is person to person. Every moment, new things are coming up. So it is very difficult to cover each and everything by a researcher also. Right.
Thank you so much, sir.
Welcome. Any other?
Hello, sir.
Amrit sir,
Sir,
Good
sir,
evening, sir.
Professor Chennai, sir, please, sir.
Good evening, sir.
you have shown film birds and flying and in the river or something. What is that, Amrit sir?
Sir,
Say something about that.
yes, sir, yes, sir. Actually, these are geese, sir. If you want, I can show you for 1 minute also, no problem. Just for recapitulation, I'm showing everything once again. Sir, there are 7 lessons we can learn from geese, the birds. So very nicely, sir, they mentioned the wisdom of the geese. Why these birds are traveling in V shape and how they are giving or coordinating with each others whenever they have any problem, how they are overcoming it and how they are saving their energy. And very nice. This is very nice video, sir. Just within 1 minute. Yes, sir.
Great leaders don't set out to be a leader. They set out to make a difference. It's never about the role, always about the goal. Here's the 7 lessons we can learn from the geese. Number 1, sharing a common goal. As each goose flaps its wings, it creates uplift and aerodynamics orientation that reduces air friction for the birds that follow. By flying in a V formation, the whole flock achieves a 70% greater flying range than if each bird flew alone. Lesson: people who share a common direction and goal can get where they are going quicker and with less effort because they benefit from the momentum of the group moving around them. Make sure your team is aligned towards a common goal. Number 2, increasing visibility. Flying in a V formation increases the visibility as every goose can see what's happening in front of them. The lesson here is to make our organizations visible in both org chart directions. Having top-down visibility enables leaders to stay connected with the edges of the organization to make better informed decisions. Bottom-up visibility enables teams to see the bigger picture, engages them, and empowers them to better align themselves with the organizational objectives. If we have as much sense as a goose, we will stay in formation, joining those heading in the direction we want to go. The sense of community emerges with a willingness to work as a team. Not only is it more efficient, the flock together has better visibility of its surroundings and is more visible as a collective. Number 3, having humility to seek help. When a goose falls out of formation, it suddenly feels the friction of flying alone. It then quickly adjusts its mistake and moves back into the formation to take advantage of the lifting power of the bird immediately in front of it. Lesson: be humble to admit the challenges we face and to seek help as soon as we get stuck. This humility will enable you and your team to move faster and achieve more. If we have the sense of a goose, we will openly and confidently acknowledge when we need help and gratefully accept the support that is offered, and we'll fly harder to stay up with the flock so we can all go longer distances with ease. Number 4, empowering others to lead. When the lead goose in the front gets tired, it rotates back into the formation and allows another goose to take the leadership position. Lesson: empower others to also lead. Micromanaging and keeping tight control will burn you out. It will also disengage and demotivate others around you. People have unique skills, capabilities, and gifts to offer. Give them autonomy, trust, and a chance to shine, and you will be surprised with the outcomes. Number 5, always recognizing great work. The geese honk to recognize each other and encourage those up front to keep up their speed. Lesson: make sure we praise people and give them the recognition they deserve. Lack of recognition is one of the main reasons team members are unsatisfied at work and quit. It's very common for people's efforts to go unnoticed by their peers in a busy and fast-moving work environment. However, remembering to constantly provide recognition and encouragement is vital, and it keeps teams motivated to achieve their goals. Number 6, offering support in challenging times. When a goose gets sick or wounded, 2 geese drop out of the formation and follow it down to help and protect it. They stay with it until it dies or is able to fly again. Then, they launch out with another formation or catch up with the flock. Lesson: standing by each other in difficult times. It's easy to always be part of winning teams, but when things get difficult and people are facing challenges, that's when your teammates need you the most. If we have the sense of the goose, we will stand by each other when things get rough, and we will willingly take the support and guidance that's an offer. Number 7, staying committed to core values and purpose. The geese migration routes never vary. They use the same route year after year. Even when the flock members change, the young learn the route from their parents. In the spring, they will go back to the spot where they were born. Lesson: stay true to our core values and purpose. Strategies, tactics, and products may change in order for an organization to remain agile, but great companies always stick to their core purpose and values and preserve them with vigor. If we have the sense of a goose, we will recover and regroup and resume formation with the greater team headed in the direction that we want to go, and we will stick with the plan until we succeed. Thanks for watching this video. Share and subscribe for more amazing inspiration.
Okay, Amrit sir, very good. Very good,
Yes,
Amrit
sir.
sir.
These are the
Congratulations.
things,
Very good. Very good, Amrit sir.
actually, even though we are living in the nature, but we forgot to follow the natural principles, sir. That's why during tsunami time also, many people, they lost their life. The animals and the birds are near to nature. They're following the natural principles and laws. And they're the best example for sustainable development, sir. They are never take whatever more than what they want. But because of human nature.
Okay. Okay. So congratulations, Amrit sir, for your nice presentation. Okay.
Thank you, sir. Any other? Because we have already time now. If you have any one question, then we'll go for a vote of thanks. Someone is trying to say something. Okay, thank you very much. We are grateful to Professor Chennai sir, my own guru and today's keynote speaker and collaborator, for wonderful keynote address, and always available. This is a series, 37th program. Tomorrow is the 43rd program. Altogether 80 and 8 international work conference also we done, and 5 doctoral research conference also. So in this way, we are very near to 100, a series of 100 among 400 programs. No single program was absent by Professor Chennai sir. We are really grateful to Professor Chennai sir, Professor Honorable Vice Chancellor Prabhasankar Shukla sir, Northeastern Hill University, Professor Raja Reddy sir, Honorable Vice Chancellor, Sri Venkateswara University, Professor Mithali Kovarman, Principal, Dr. Rajendra Prasad Bartakur sir, Dr. Srotasini Gugoi Madam, Professor Dikshit sir, Professor Mipun sir, and noble participants for your valuable presence. You have made to our day a special day. Hope you will join again tomorrow at 5 p.m. to attend our 43rd International Workshop on the Bala Gangadhar Tilak. So it is very, very useful topic. Thank you very much, sir. Now we are national anthem. Immediately you will get your feedback form and your certificate.
जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तव जय गाथा जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे
Jai Hind, thank you. Please submit your feedback form. So one of participant you joined with a number, please join through your real name. Because of security issues, I received mail from ISTEM, Cisco Webex. This type of account holders, whenever they join, they ask to remove from the meeting. Please don't give that type of chance to me. I need your presence. Always join with your own ID.